In exercise 2, you're going to make observations about the phase changes of water, and you're going to construct a heating curve that looks like this by plotting your time versus your temperature data. So the setup is relatively straightforward. You're basically going to place crushed ice to the 150 milliliter line in your 250 milliliter beaker. Place the thermometer in the center of the ice. Don't let the thermometer touch the sides or bottom of the beaker. And then after the thermometer has been in the beaker for about a minute and the temperature has stabilized, record the temperature at time 0. Then go ahead and get your water bath or your heating bath set up. You want to uncap the burner fuel, set the cap aside, place the burner fuel on the pie plate, and then ignite it, and then place the burner stand on top of it, and then place the beaker on the burner stand, holding the thermometer in the middle of the ice, and then set your timer and begin taking temperature and observations every minute. So the time here has already been set up for you, and then the observations, you're just writing what state it is in. So solid, solid and liquid, 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 and gas. Gently stir the ice with the thermometer as it heats, and continue to stir the ice and or water, and record the temperature and observations every minute until the water has boiled for 5 minutes, and don't let the thermometer to rest on the glass of the beaker. Then when you've done that, extinguish the burner fuel by placing the aluminum cup over the flame, and once everything has cooled down, you can clean up your beaker. All right, so then what you're going to do is you're going to plot your time, which is going to be on the x-axis, versus your temperature in degrees Celsius, which is going to be on the y-axis. And you're going to label to show each phase of matter, where solid is, where solid and liquid is, where liquid and gas is. So at the beginning, you're going to have solid, and as you add heat to it, that temperature is going to go up until we get to the melting point. And at that point, it's going to be solid and liquid, and the temperature is going to stabilize, because even though you're adding heat, the temperature is not going to go up, because that heat energy is used to break the intermolecular forces between the solid molecules. Then once the water is in the liquid phase completely, then as you add heat, the temperature will go up until it gets to the boiling point, and then even though you're still adding heat, the temperature won't go up, because that energy is being used to break the intermolecular forces that hold the water molecules together. Now, they're assuming that you're going to do the graph on your computer, which you can do. For example, here is some data that I've put in Excel. It's just a few data points, 5 data points. And in the A column, you would want to have your time, or your x-axis values, and in the B column you'd have your degrees Celsius. And so if you wanted to plot something, and you will highlight your data, and then let me pull this up so you can see the full screen. Then you want to hit Insert in Excel, and once you do that, you'll come over here to Charts, and then hit a scatter chart, and then that will plot your X, and it'll plot your data. Now your graph is going to look different than this, because it has far more data points, and hopefully it will look more like this. So you can print, if you do it in Excel, maybe you will still have to label the different points, so do follow all the instructions, and if you have any problems with graphing your data, please let me know, because this is going to be an important part of your grade, and that you do everything that they tell you to do. Label the melting and boiling point, and label all the different phases. You do not have to do any of the exercise 2 questions. So none of those questions you have to answer. You just have to construct that graph and upload it with your report.